Well, we just got this bay empty here. We got some good news, we got some better news, and some worse news. Good news is we got the PTO on that truck, and it's on there and it's going. But the bad news is there's something going on inside that transmission. It's making a little bit of noise. So Jared just took it up the road and he brought it back, and it just doesn't sound good. So we're going to have to drop that transmission out of the W9. There must be something going on in that transmission to cause the PTO to go, and we must have, who knows what, there must be a bearing gone in it or something. So the better news is he's got the transmission in this truck 8. I was going to start and work on the kingpins on the front end, and then this will finish this truck. New transmission, new brakes, new kingpins up front, and then Allied Spring ended up putting some new walking beams in this back during corn time. So we're going to run out to the 900 now. We're just going to take it for a little test drive myself, see what I can hear in there. But he says it just doesn't sound right. So we're going to have to drop that transmission out. Better now than later. So let's take it for a test drive and see what kind of noises we hear. Hear that much noise from it, but I'll just run it up the road a half a mile here or so. Alright, we just pulled up to the firehouse. I heard quite a bit of rattling around. I'm getting a little bit of a vibration out of the shifter. It's not sounding right. If it's got a synchronizer gone, it didn't want to shift right there. Yeah, it's just, boy, you can feel it in the shifter and everything else. Guess I don't know what we got going on here, so, well, we're gonna have to yank her out. Well, we've got the transmission rolled out. Actually, it's down out of the truck now. I'm just ready to roll it out from underneath. But we got to figure out what's going on with it. There's definitely a vibration in it. And we got to run out to Kenworth and get another one. They're going to warranty the transmission, but we're not going to get our warranty money back from it. Well, what we have to do is we have to buy this next one, and then this transmission will go back to the rebuilder. They're going to look through it, see what's wrong with it, see if it's something that deems a warranty claim, and then I'll get my money back from this transmission that I have to get to put in this now. So this has been in there November, December, January, about 3.5 months. The transmission's got a 2-year warranty to it with unlimited mileage. So something happened inside that transmission to cause that PTO to go. And now that we got the mufflers on there, we can hear stuff a little better. When I drove this truck out to Syracuse the other day to get a front end alignment done to it, it was fine. I had said on earlier here that when Jared started up the other day, he heard a vibration in it, felt the vibration in it, kind of like when the transmission went back in October. We discovered that the PTO had a bearing gone in it. Put a new PTO on there, started the truck up, and the transmission didn't sound right, and then it didn't drive right either. So we're going to roll it out from underneath there, see if we can see anything in through the top part. And I don't know. It is what it is. Well, there it is. We've got it rolled out from underneath the truck. And we've got to take the end yoke off the back here. We got to take the transmission cooler off in there. We got to take the wire harness. Now that's kind of clipped to the top of the transmission with a couple of loom holders. We got to take that off. And then we got to take our clutch fork assembly off in there and this bell housing here. So we're going to call up Kenworth and see if they've got a transmission in stock already.
Look at that. You gotta be on this side. Come over here. Right in there. See him?
Oh yeah.
There's a hard spot right there.
So there's the spot right there. Let me see if, yeah. Okay. You can see it right on that one gear.
You can feel it.
On that top side there, so it's got something, a big chunk out of it there, so.
There's more gears missing teeth too. There's that gear that runs on that one is missing teeth.
So,
You got anything?
I wouldn't be surprised if when that PTO catapulted that it didn't maybe take them gears out. So, this isn't good. Yeah. Oh well, at least we see something wrong with it.
The bearing's not gone. There must just be, there's like a hard spot now. I can't find it. I can't find it now.
Alright, what we have is the top and the front, the bell housing part off the transmission, and we've got the top cover off. And this is not going to be a warranty claim. What had happened when the PTO went, it spit and just threw all the bearing pieces and everything up into the transmission. And what we have here is several teeth missing off of various gears. We've got this center gear here. There's a couple of teeth missing there. Then if you look over to the left, well, there's spots here. This gear is grooved all the way around. And then there's a big chunk out of the gear on the left. And then down in here, right there, let me shine some light down in here. We've got a big chunk out of that gear down in on the right hand side. Your right hand side would be actually the left hand side of the transmission. So we've got 3 gears with problems here, and I don't think there's any others. We're kind of combing through these gears here. We're rolling the transmission over. Nothing else seems to be destroyed other than these 3 gears right here. It doesn't look like there's anything in the back half of the transmission. It's really hard for it to get back in there anyway. So we've got to weigh some options here. We've got to figure out what we want to do with this transmission. Really, if it's all tore apart to replace those gears, all brand new bearings and everything else should go back into it anyway. So I've got to get on the phone here and figure a few things out, and hopefully we can get something figured out by the end of the day here so we can get this thing back going and get it the hell out of the shop here. So we've got skid steer that needs a radiator, and then we've got kingpins on this truck 8 that we've got to do. So I think I'm going to let Jared take care of getting this figured out, and I'm going to start working on kingpins on this truck 8. So yeah, let's see what we come up with here. Well, we got the transmission moved over to the other side of the shop so we could use the gantry. We're pulling the back half of the transmission off right now, so we've got the transmission, the front half strapped to the jack here, and we've got all the bolts out of this back portion. and we're getting ready to pull it off the dowel pins and get it apart and see what we can figure out with it here. Alright, so here's one bar.
I think we're wedged.
Yeah, it might have to come apart on the bottom. These pins are a little rusty too.
Well, I got mine almost off. I can keep going, but I think I'm gonna wedge you.
And I just gotta. There it goes. It's coming off this back shaft here. So you might have to go up a little bit with it. Alright.
Mine's off.
Alright, there's that. Just make sure it doesn't flip over. Okay, I think you're free hanging, so let me see if I can just roll out away from the... Maybe you gotta go up a little bit. It's just got them other gears that are coming out of the back of the case there. Okay. Alright, let's just roll this out of the way. Okay, so there's the back half there. And then look at all the frickin' metal on the magnets on that rear magnet there. Alright, so what we have is the back portion pulled off in there, and no pieces would get into the back. I mean, there's a little bit of an oil journal here in the bottom, but I mean the pieces would have to float back in there. And then we've got one magnet right here, and that is caught a lot of just, could be stuff from the casing and whatnot there. So, well, what we're going to do with that transmission is we're going to send that out to have it rebuilt. It's just better to have somebody that's actually been in and out of them damn things to rebuild it, because if we do one little thing wrong with it, we could either blow the case on that transmission, or we could get a leak in it or something stupid, and then we're taking it all back out again. So Jared's working on getting this radiator out of this 318 skid steer. This one's got 7,000 hours on it, and the radiator's leaking, so he's working on getting that out. And right now I'm trying to get this back section of this drive shaft out. On this W900, we're going to put new U-joints in the shaft. We had to heat the hell out of this one here, right by the hanger, and I just didn't feel that the universal joint was going to be any good anymore. So we're going to replace the U-joint there, the one up on the front end that goes on the transmission, and then we might as well do the back one too. So we're working on getting that done here, and we'll come back at you in a little while here.